All right, y'all. Long time no see. What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. And this video is going to be none other than my review for SWV and XSCAPE Queens of R&B episode 4. Oh, okay, y'all. Listen, I'm on y'all already know I'm on lunch. So I'm gonna be y'all might have to hear me well y'all will have to hear me put in my order at Panda Express on the way, on the way through this review. Now listen, I'm gonna just let you know this right now. I don't think I like Tasha. I don't really fancy Tasha too much. I don't fancy her. You know, baby girl got demons and a harsh wig line. Like, I don't know what was going. I don't know what type of inner demons that Latasha was battling this episode, but it was definitely showing up through her lace front. Like, it definitely was. Like, I don't know what type of rough draft lace front that was, but it was definitely giving me construction paper by the lace. But I'm trying not to really harp in on that. But I was like, these lace fronts are rough. Okay, but you say it's her husband, not like so Rocky installing the lace. Lord Jesus, oh my, oh me, oh my. Anyway, so let's get it started here. So we picked up what we left off last week, and it was kind of like coming out the hype or the drama of Candy basically saying that they wanted to headline the tour and have SWV open because they didn't want to split the funds equally, whatever the case may be. So Taj and Coco are in the gym working out with whoever that workout lady was. Her body was banking. All right, y'all. So give me a second.
Thanks for choosing Panda. Just give us one moment.
No problem. So Taj and Coco were in the gym working out, and the lady who was working them out, she had a really nice body. Don't you love it when the people who are your trainers have the goals of their body that you would want? Like, my trainers have that too. Like, they make me want to build my chest muscle up. They make me want to do more back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here for that. But like, after they get done, they land out on the gym mats and they get into. Give me a second, y'all. Can I please have the plate with two of the entrees being orange chicken and then the side being fried rice?
Sure thing.
And then can I get a large sweet tea?
A large sweet tea, fried rice, and double orange chicken?
Yes.
Yep, you got it. Any appetizers to go along with everything?
No, that's it.
You got it. It's going to be $13.38.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. I'm almost done, child. We gonna look. Bear with me. Jeremy trying to multitask. It's either you get it now or you're never gonna get it. Okay? Don't like.
The large sweet tea right there.
Yes, I did.
$13.38.
All right, thank you.
And let me just pass this here. Enjoy it, sir.
Okay. Now, is it me or do y'all when y'all go to Panda Express, they don't automatically give you soy sauce no more? Like, is that why do I have to ask? I remember at one point, like when you would go through the drive-thru at McDonald's or whatever the case may be, you would have ketchup that they automatically give you. Now you gotta beg McDonald's just to give you a pack of ketchup, a little piece of ketchup. Ain't that the worst? I remember they used to just give you the condiments automatically without.
I just had to double check the plastic. One broke off.
All right, no problem.
All right, sir.
Can I have soy sauce, please?
You can. Good to see you.
Oh,
Shit.
okay, it's okay.
Have a good one, sir.
Thank you so much. You have a blessed day. All right. Okay, cool. Now I'm back. So basically, Taj was basically saying it was crazy what was saying, and like the disrespect was far too much. Now, me personally, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I might be in the minority, but I don't think that Candy was wrong in the way that she felt. And like I 100% understood what she was saying. I was saying that like if SWV for example did a world tour right now or a state tour right now, they would not be able to book out arenas. They would not. But the Great Escape tour that happened in 2017, they were able to do multiple, well, not multiple, but do a whole lot of arena dates. And they were selling out whole arenas. Like, that's huge, especially from them being an act from the 90s. So it's a little bit different. So when we are going to do a tour together, supposedly, it's kind of strange for us to split the funds equally when we are not bringing in the same amount of, seats. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So if an SWV went on tour right now, y'all would not be like buying no like arena tour like tour dates. Like let's stop the lying and let's stop the trickery here, because SWV do dates all throughout the year. And when was the last time any of y'all went to go see SWV? Now, me personally, I saw SWV maybe 4 or 5 years ago. They had came out here at the Hampton Coliseum, and I saw them there. And Genuine was performing, and even Kelly Price had came, and did like a little tribute with Genuine. She had sung to him or whatever the case may be. It was real cute. And then Jill Scott was there too. But I just never saw SWV just carrying like some type of tour by themselves as of late. Like I don't know why y'all are so upset about Candy saying what the facts are. I did think it was a little bit overboard for Candy to go about and I guess what like tell what they get paid. I want to also know how she know they get what they get paid. That's another thing I wanted to know, because I was like, I don't think that people just go around telling you what they get paid or whatnot. But for the most part, I agree with Candy. So yeah, I don't know what y'all be talking about. Y'all let y'all personal feelings and memories and things that y'all have attached to people's music guide and direct y'all and how y'all think, but not me. I would think exactly like Candy. Like, this is about business. Like, y'all can feel talking about it's for the fans. Girl, ain't nobody about to like waste all of no money doing the show and doing the tour just for the fans and not getting no money out of it. Do you know how much time and and effort I'm gonna put into this just for me not to really get no like receive no return on investment? Y'all crazy. Like, so I don't know. I'm not really sure what y'all got in y'all mind to think, but Candy is 100% correct. But I guess SWV and Coco are feeling offended. Coco talking about she's gonna let out her inner 90s, ego. It almost came through. I was like, girl, and I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, let's be real, Coco, because to be honest, you couldn't even go at it with the girls in your own group when they be coming at your neck. Because I remember the SWV reunited TV show, and Todd stayed checking Coco on a daily basis, and Lily stayed checking Coco too. Coco's ego isn't something like where it's verbally combative. It's more ice cold, as in she will ignore you and make you feel like you're not important or wanted. But the thing is, your personal feelings don't matter when it comes into the business, so that ego don't even matter. So I don't understand what this whole thing was. And Taj, I'm gonna need you to stop telling her to bring back this ego that literally destroyed the group and almost had one of y'all ready to off themselves for being homeless. Just so y'all could win an argument during a business meeting. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that they're taking this to a personal level when I don't feel that Candy is trying to do that. But needless to say, we gonna move on. So we go to this church looking building, right? I was not expecting this. We go to this church looking building, and we see Taj and Tamika meet up there. Apparently, they're going to be meeting with Steven about you know the 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 specifics on the tour and how everything is going to shake out and whatnot. So they go up in there, they thinking it's a Pentecostal Baptist, and I thought it was a Pentecostal Baptist too. I was like, what in the Kojic is going on here? But they open the doors of this from what it looks like on the outside of church, and it's like a whole escape SWV setup, basically showing what the tour would look like. And this is where they're about to go over everything that they want to do. So Tamika's like, okay, so can we get the horses? He was like, no, we cannot get no horses. That's going to cost us like over $200,000. But they're talking about hydraulics, flying from the sky, like rain coming down. I'm up here like, is this real? I was like, are we being 100% realistic? Or are we just saying this stuff for the show? Because this is like a Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Madonna, Lady Gaga type of production that we trying to pull off. Is that what we're really about to give on the shows? And is that what you're like? Are you really gonna prepare to do that every show, Tamika? What's it really giving? Sis, I don't know if I really believe Tamika thought that this would happen, or is she just saying this to where it sounds nice. But regardless of the fact, I love seeing Tamika in this new space where she's being more vocal about things that she sees and the things that she wants out of the tour. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to her, and Taj and her going back and forth about what they would want and what it should be. And it seems that they're on the same page, and they're trying to get Steven to be on the same page. But Steven is like, girl, y'all are getting outside the budget. And I'm sorry, SWV and XSCAPE don't have a $500,000 to $800,000 production budget to do every show. It's not giving that. It's not. And he puts them in more of a realistic mindset. He was like, okay, so we ain't gonna do the horses into the stadium, or the arena, but we can have horses on the street. I thought that was funny. I was like, we ain't getting no real horses, but y'all can have these digital horses. Anyway, y'all. So we move on, y'all. And we see Lily at her house, and she's upstairs basically doing like the Sister Hot Puss book. Her manager, the SWV manager, comes over and he knocks on the door. She comes upstairs and she basically reads one of the chapters, and she basically says, when the pastor's loins got all hot, his penile was extended through his pant leg, and Sister Hot Puss knew at this point that there was going to have to be some copulation. He was looking so uncomfortable, and I was too. And I did not realize that Sister Hot Puss was a church lady. I was like, wait, that's why she called Sister Hot Puss? I was like, is that why she's a sister? Because she's actually in the church doing these freak activities? I was like, this is too much. I was like, this is too much. Oh no, I cannot get into it. I can't. But Lily, go ahead, child. Get get your rocks off. So Lily basically tells us that, although SWV is her main bread and butter, and her main focus is always going to be on SWV, she is also trying to venture out and do other things and make sure she has other resources for income as well. And that's commendable. Good for Lily, child. Tell us all about Sister Hot Puss or whatnot. All right, child. So now we're at a meeting, right? So we see Coco, Taj, and Lily there. Lily comes in. Coco says, hey, have one of them pieces of meat. Tell me what you think, child. So she has one of the pieces of meat, and it looks gross. And apparently this is about to be a SWV XSCAPE meeting, about the tour. So Candy comes, Tiny says, oh, look, y'all got 2 little meats on the tray. I was like, Tiny is so hood. It's so funny to me. Tiny is hilarious. I love Tiny without Ti. I love watching Tiny without Ti. Anytime I don't have to see Ti, but I get to see Tiny, I am a happy camper. Okay, because you kind of forget how funny she is because how disgusting Ti comes off and how he gets on everybody's nerves. But whatever the case may be. Everybody comes in, Tasha, Tamika. Why not add? Tamika has amazing, bubbly, fun energy. Like her energy is so bright and like vibrant. Is it just me or would y'all be upset if Tamika got invited on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Like, is it just me or would y'all want to see more Tamika? I want to see more Tamika. I need more Tamika in my life. So I need Tamika to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know what strings Candy needs to pull or whoever needs to talk to Candy on that situation, but I need to see Tamika on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Take Marlo off and add Tamika in. Okay? Add Tamika, remove Marlo, and let's restructure this whole cast. We could have two ladies from XSCAPE on there. I'm completely fine with that. I want to see her, but not on RHOA. Why? She's literally a housewife. She literally has like a whole bunch of businesses that she's doing. She has her cooking out. She has her gospel stuff that she's doing on the side, writing music. She doing a lot of stuff. Her plays, like, why would we not want to see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Plus, she can be petty because we know how she did Candy back in the day. So I'm saying, like, I think that she would be a really good candidate. Like, I would love to see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Absolutely. And I like seeing her family dynamic. I love seeing her with her kids. I like seeing her with her husband. I just love seeing Tamika. Tamika has such a star quality. It really shames me. Well, not shames me, but shame. It's a shame that all of these years that she's literally just allowed herself to fade into the background and not really take a hold of her career and really believe in herself to know that she could do all of this by herself. Because I remember I was watching Don Juan's his review for this, and he was saying how Tamika had to build up her confidence to basically sing to Latasha's part. And I was like, why would she? I was like, girl, do you know what you sound like? Do y'all know that Tamika wrote Step Aside? Like that legendary gospel song that like Yolanda Adams sung, Cora, like Tamala Man song. Like she wrote and had a demo made for that song and she blew it out of the water. Like this girl got pipes, got vocals. Why would she ever feel like she's not good enough? And I feel like it's because of her sister and her mom. They always made her feel like she needed to just play a support role. And the fact that she is so humble to where like she has just as big of a voice as Latasha, but she never once was fighting to for leads in a group. She was never arguing. She was just fine being there. And it's something that I think is very commendable. And I want to see her maximize that potential because she has who she reminds me of personality wise? Portia. She has the personality of Portia, not necessarily the negative attributes, but that fun girl, light, bubbly, funny type of energy that Portia gives. Tamika gives that too, and I would actually love to see Portia and Tamika in scenes together. Like, so yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to get into the whole mental aspect of it, but like it's just something that I noticed. But now they're all, sitting down. Like those Hasha's sitting down, Tamika and then Steven comes and they sit down and Tamika and Steven are basically about to show what everybody has been thinking regarding, the tour and how it should be visually, what she's thinking as far as like them coming up out of the stage, the graphics and all of that. And right before she gets into that, Coco says, "Excuse me, I know I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but before you get into doing all of this explanation and stuff like that, what's going on with the co-headlining? Are we co-headlining? Do y'all not want to do that? Let me know." All of a sudden, Latasha finally gets her voice and decides to speak up and just say, "Y'all know what? We just gonna co-headline. We're gonna co-headline." Latasha, you barely have known what you wanted to do anytime they had to ask you anything, but now you want to speak on behalf of the group? I'm confused. Like anytime they want you to say something, you talk about you don't know. How about when this conversation first happened, when y'all was all sitting down, why didn't you say something then? Because I believe that you silently was agreeing with Candy. Is it now that you just don't want to come across like a bad person, or you want to make Candy look like she terrible, so you just gonna come in and save the day and say we gonna co-headline? Who the hell gave you the right to say that? Like, and when she said it, it looked like everybody was mad. It looked like it looked like it looked like Tamika was irritated, Candy was irritated, Tiny was irritated because they didn't agree that it should be a co-headline. But the thing is, when Latasha's gonna say that out loud, they're not just gonna be like, "No, we're not co-headlining. We're gonna headline." Nobody wants to do that because they're gonna make them look like a douchebag. So they're just gonna have to agree with Latasha, and I don't like that. Like, it really bothers me. And another thing I have an issue with is the fact that people in Escape don't care about Candy enough to where, like, they are, they're being real about what they want and what they believe. Like, y'all agree with Candy, y'all want the money, y'all want to do these things, but the thing is, y'all don't want to look bad. So y'all fine with Candy looking crazy. Y'all let her take the heat. Y'all will allow her to take the blame, and then y'all will silently agree and reap the benefits of her being dragged in her hard work. I don't like that either. And it happened again later on in the episode when they were at the rehearsal, and I'll get to that. Okay, but let's not jump ahead. So SWV and Escape, they all sitting down, they all talking. Like, so Tamika starts doing her presentation. While she's doing her presentation, we hear from, I think Candy can't, or, one of the two said that, Tamika is taking a bigger part in, the creative process and whatnot. And then it goes into a confessional of Latasha basically saying, usually I do the creatives. Usually that's what I do. But, I guess since you're going to take you're going to take the sisterhood from me, I guess you could take this as well. First of all, the sisterhood was taken when you and your husband allegedly stole $30,000. I was like, what was the sisterhood then? Or what about, where was the sisterhood when your mama said that she was jealous of you and you agreed? Was the sisterhood, where was the sisterhood then? Or how about, where was the sisterhood when they was out here busting shots at the venue that y'all were performing at, and you left your sister and your nieces out there by themselves and scurried out of the venue, and also have them locked out of their dressing room allegedly? What was the sisterhood then, Latasha? Y'all, I do not like her. I don't. I don't see it for Latasha. I don't. I don't see it for her. And I'm saying, like, what makes you so good to where, like, nobody else can, like, say what they want to say or express their creative thoughts or opinions on the vision of Escape, but only you can do it. Like, and I'm saying, like, girl, you cannot expect people to still give you the same dynamics from when y'all was 15 and 16 years old. What is wrong with you? Like, Latasha is a weirdo. Like, I don't know what she be thinking. Like, why would you ever think that we would still, like, have the dynamics of us when we were like 15, 16, 17 years old, when you were bossing everybody around and telling them what to do? Like, girl, we grown. Girl, we grandmothers. Girl, we are almost 50. Why would you ever think that? No, I was not on Taj's live yesterday. But let's move on, y'all. So everybody is like hand clapping, for Latasha. I mean, not Latasha, but Tamika. Latasha hating though, and it's real sad that you hating on your sister. Like, it's so sad because Latasha has such a beautiful voice when she ain't doing all of them runs. Cause let me tell y'all something. One thing Jeremy did love growing up was, I'm not gonna stress you out, never gonna love but die. Da-ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. You a liar. Look, all the things you do in the heat of the moment, it can cost you a lifetime of happiness. I love that song. I think Latasha has a beautiful voice, okay? But it's just like her spirit is ugly. And that's very unfortunate. Like, it's very unfortunate. And I don't know whether to blame her, whether to blame, Rocky, whether to blame the daddy, the mama. I don't know who to blame. But the thing is, like, Latasha's just so unlikable. But I always knew this about Latasha. I always, one thing my spirit of discernment is gonna do is guide me in the right direction. Okay. I always knew Latasha was very flawed from the beginning. I knew that. It's not surprising me that on this show she is displaying a knock-kneed, hater-like energy. The knees are knocked, the lace fronts are rough, but the vocals are kind of runny. But the spirit is ugly. Let's not forget that. It's giving nasty spirited, knock-knee, rough lace front energy. And I don't like it, Latasha. You need to smooth out that lace front, unlock those knees, and fix that spirit. You need to reposture your spirit. Y'all know they always say that in church. The posture of your spirit. She needs to reposture. Okay, so anyway, child. So now we moved on from this. So everybody, hand claps. They say this is a good start and whatnot. Now we see Latasha and Candy, and Coco basically meeting up at the candy coated factory. So Candy is in the, is in the studio listening to Week, and she's basically saying, I don't know what it is that you've done to me. I can't explain why your loving makes me weak. I was like, what? And I was like, what kid is this Candy? Candy, no. Candy, stop. Candy. It's hard for me to fight for you and like prove that you can sing when you're doing this. Baby, it was I can't explain why your loving makes me weak. I was like, oh no, Candy. Yeah. I try hard to fight that. Anyway, while she's in the mix of butchering SWV song, Coco comes in with her son. Hey, Jalen. Child, Jalen comes in a Gucci hat. I was like, Jalen, it is so cute. It is so funny to me how you wearing all of this designer with your mama's money, I assume, and you don't want to go to school. So I'm just saying, if you don't want to go to school, sweet little cherubin child, like if you don't want to go to school, how you going to continue to afford these designers that you talking about or that you wearing? Do you think your mama is just gonna continuously let you live in her house? Without a job, without you doing stuff, like what do you think is gonna happen? I 100% am in agreement of him wanting to follow his dreams. Go ahead. But the fact that you don't even think that you want to do a plan B and you talking about you depressed that you gotta go to school. Look, we all be depressed when we gotta go to school. I was depressed when I was in school. I was depressed when I had to do homework when I wanted to bust it open at the Wave. You know, I was depressed when I couldn't go on different, different road trips. When I couldn't go to Atlanta. When I couldn't go to, I couldn't go to DC. I couldn't go to Texas. I was like, I'm depressed too. But the thing is, you have to understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture is for you to be able to fall back on something in case this doesn't work out. In worst case scenario, for you to be able to do both at the same time. But you just singing, not having no income and depending on your mama is very weak energy. And I ain't talking about the song. I don't like that. Don't be trying to lean on people just so you can have a safety net in case you ain't got nothing else going on. You really need to go to school. Especially when you walking in scenes wearing designer. If you wasn't in school and you was just depending on your singing money, I guarantee you wouldn't be walking around in no Gucci hats. But I'm gonna let that go because we'll talk about this in a second. All right, y'all. So the next thing that we see, Latasha comes in, and Latasha is already talking about like, where my seat? Where my seat? I was like, here we go, child. I already can see where this is about to go. Latasha, it's 5 seats in the room. You can't pick one. You have to ask what you want Canada to do. Pull out your seat like a butler. Girl, find a seat and sit. Ugh. So at this point, we really think that Latasha gonna have good energy. Latasha look like she ready to get to work, that she ready to do this, that she ready to do that. Candy pulls up, both of the song sheets for SWV and Escape because we're trying to decide what song is gonna go to what song is gonna go to which, and Candy says, usually Escape likes to open up with an up tempo song, and Latasha talking about "Feel So Good," and because that's one of the only fast songs that they have, and I was like, oh no, we're not. I was like, "Feel So Good." First of all, it's not up tempo. I was like, I don't know if y'all ever listened to an Escape album, but I like Escape albums. And there's a song called "What Can I Do" that Latasha is actually leading on that I think could easily open up, the show. Like, what can I do? Tell me what? I'm still in love with you, baby. What can I do? Tell me what? And she was like, my man left me on a midnight train. He said he was leaving and never coming back again. Yeah, it's such a cute song, y'all. I love that song. Anytime I listen to Off the Hook, I always play "What Can I Do." That is one of my favorite songs. Oh, thank you, Terry Denise, for the Cash App. Oh, okay. I didn't know y'all wanted to Cash App. And if y'all want a Cash App, then my Cash App right here in the comment section. Well, not the comment section, but it's strolling down below. And it be killing me because I'll be like, not y'all acting like certain songs don't exist on y'all song list. I was like, what can I do is up tempo, and Latasha, you like to take over and do all of them runs anyway. I was like, that song is the perfect opener. It's not only an up tempo, it has really beautiful melodies to it, but you're singing lead. So that should be the first, in my opinion. Um, they need a hit to open up the show. I don't know. I disagree. I feel like sometimes when you're doing a tour, you need to be able to open stuff up, with a song that people don't know that's really really good, so they can get into your album cuts. If we're just singing all of the singles that y'all know, how will y'all ever really get into the full albums? You know what I'm saying? And just because something was a hit don't mean that it needed to be a hit before something else was. I still don't know how they chose "Feel So Good" over "What Can I Do." Honestly, "What Can I Do" is a better song than "Feel So Good." And if y'all don't believe me, go back and listen to their album, listen to "Feel So Good," and listen to "What Can I Do." "What Can I Do" actually reminds me of a Belle Biv DeVoe song. Like, it's kind of like a Poison, if that makes any sense. I feel like that's what it's kind of geared to sound like. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they kind of try to build that song to sound like a Belle Biv DeVoe song. I love "Can't Hang." Oh, I love Can't Hang. Isn't Love on My Mind an up? Yep, Love on My Mind is an up tempo song too, and that actually was one of their singles. Like that's why I was so confused about. I was like, why are they acting like they don't have up tempos? Like I was like, what are you talking about? Like Love on My Mind is definitely a dance song. So anyway, y'all can't like so. Coco and Candy are going back and forth, talking about what they want, from which, and SWV's talking about they open stuff up with Week. I was like, y'all should close out with Week, open up with You're the One. I was like, You're the One, like, is basically talking to the audience, telling them, like, y'all the one for us. Come here, give us the D. Don't tell y'all girlfriends or boyfriends that y'all are here and listen to us sing these songs. And then we'll close out that y'all, as the audience, makes us weak, you know? But in the middle, we'll go to a Use Your Heart, downtown. That's the way to my love. You need to go round and round. Somebody tell Jamie from from Love and Marriage DC that he needs to listen to Downtown, because the way Arena be acting like Jamie be biting on her clitoris, it really be killing me. Talking about she don't like oral. Girl, you just don't like him giving you oral. Let's be real. Like one, can I just pause real quick? It really be bothering me that Jamie is sitting here with all of this bravado, all of this toxic masculinity, but you don't really know how to really sex your girl like that. Like I can see if you was out here dominating, but then going into the bedroom and literally having her losing her mind in there. But not only are you rude, nasty, and got a nasty attitude, and you be talking to people crazy, but you can't even F either. That's wild. You could at least do one. Like if you want to be rude, telling me what to do, bossing me around, when we get in that bedroom, you better put it down the same way and let me know why you need to boss me around. Let me know that you the daddy. Let me know that you know what to do all up and through here. Okay? Because I can't get it. If you can't look, I ain't gonna get into that. I might do a Love and Marriage DC review. I can't tell you not. Okay. But yeah, so they start asking Latasha questions, right? And then, all of a sudden she says, I don't know. They say, okay, so what song do you like? Do you think should open? She was like, I don't know. They say, okay, what songs would you like to be on the list? I don't know. And then Candy is like, okay, well, we need to open up with a hit. So Candy is already feeling Tamika's, I mean, not Tamika, but Latasha's energy, and she's trying to rebound it to something else because she's saying that Latasha's draining. And then Coco is saying in her confessional, she's like, this is very uncomfortable. I feel like, I feel like, uh, I feel that it's really giving that I just am in a lover's quarrel, or that I'm seeing a couple argue and I shouldn't be here, and I feel very uncomfortable. And it was very obvious that Coco was uncomfortable in this. She didn't feel comfortable watching the dynamic between, Latasha and Candy. And then, Coco was like, girl, what do you know? What is wrong? And then, Latasha says, I just have a lot on my mind. I have a lot of stuff going on. Girl, then why did you come? Uh, Latasha, why did you come if you was gonna act like this? I cannot stand her. Y'all, I can't stand her. It is so annoying. It is so annoying. She's the worst. She is literally the worst. And the crazy thing about it is she gonna be like, it was editing. It was editing that did all of these. It was editing. No, it was not editing. Edited didn't. They didn't edit to make your knees look knocked. They didn't edit to make that lace look rough, and they did not edit. They didn't edit to make you look like you acting like a fool up in these streets. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this soy sauce on my rice. Okay. My bad, y'all. So now let's get into it. So Candy is like, okay, so she's out here acting a whole plum fool, acting like she don't know anything, she don't know what she want to do, being completely rude to everybody, like wasting everybody's time, and it's very rude. So we just left off, with that being that. So skip forward, we see Coco. She's going to Rashida's store. I think it's called Press. And I guess they're talking about trying to pick out some type of tour outfits. Girl, first and foremost, it's a trap for Jalen. Because y'all are not about to choose anything from this cheap store, child. One thing I understand is that Shein of it all is all up and through Press, okay? Anyway, so now Taj comes, right? And Jalen and Coco are shopping. Might I add, I did not like that shirt that Jalen had on. I understand the whole androgyny of it all. It says live your best life, you do whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying, just because we trying to be androgynous or just because we gay, don't mean we can just pull off any type of shirt. And I'm just saying, like, Jalen is like a skinnier individual and he a little bit more smaller or whatever the case may be. And I'm just saying, like, that shirt is kind of meant for either a woman, I imagine, or a guy if he had like real big, pecs, a real big chest muscles. It was just looking like, I was like, what is this? What is this shirt he got on? But I'm trying not to judge, y'all. Anyway, I'm just that was a fashion. Nah, it was fashion kills. Like throw that shirt away. Don't like give it to Taj. Cause Taj talking about she got those double D's anyway. So that's the type of shirt she needs to put on. But I'm just saying, like Jalen, that shirt was not it. So Taj is sent, so they all sit down. Coco basically tells Taj that, Jalen is trying, to drop out of school. Taj is like, what has happened to the dances? No, the dances. And he was like, I just don't want to be in school. Like, I just don't want to do it. It depresses me. And so then Taj basically asked, so you were in therapy because of you going to school? And he was like, no, it was just other things. And I was like, okay, then what? I was like, so school is not the factor that makes you depressed, then what is it? I was like, are you just using that to just to say you don't want to go to school? I was what is it? What, like, why were you going to therapy? I know that he has depression as well, but I'm saying if school isn't the thing contributing to that, then like I'm saying, you just cannot expect every time in anything in your life that you do for you to be able to enjoy it all of the time. Even when, for example, even when Beyonce or any other entertainers who are really hot are doing stuff, sometimes they never even wanted to do it anymore. They wanted to give up, stop doing it, or pause because it becomes a lie. Things get hard. You can't stop or not want to do things because they're difficult at the time. Not everything is going to be enjoyable. Even the stuff that you want to do, is you're going to have moments within it that's going to make you not want to do it no more. That's how life is. You have ups, downs, round and rounds. Sometimes things will be enjoyable, sometimes they won't. But the thing is, this will be good for you in the long run. And that is exactly what Taj was saying. And then Coco is basically saying, why didn't I call you earlier? Girl, we should have been had this talk with you and him. And like, I don't know. Me personally, when I was 17, I joined the military right after I graduated, I signed my contract for the military. I went into the military, I went to work. I needed, structure, and I needed, income. I'm not look, one thing I'm gonna do is go to work. That's just me. And I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand. Maybe he was also bullied while in school, which triggers his mental health. I understand that, but that's what the mental health is for. But the thing is, you can even do online school. Like it's so many different. He just said he don't want to do school at all, and I'm saying if you don't want to do school at all, what you gonna be doing? You definitely gonna get a job. What you not gonna do is just sit at home all day and spend my SWV money to buy yourself, frilly shirts and high heels, and get your nails done and buy designer hats and not work. You gonna spend your own money. It's a difference when you're spending your money when you're spending my money, and I'm also putting you through school to be a dentist where you're going to be having your own income and you're going to be making 6 figures a year. But now you're talking about you don't want to be a dentist and you just want to do whatever. I'm confused. What about if it don't work? And what you going to be doing to make money up until then? Like, are you crazy? Do you honestly think that you're just gonna be able to just spend Coco's money? All like I'm saying and then live. You probably living rent free too, which is fine. I don't think they should be charging nobody rent, but I'm just saying, like, it kind of seems as if you're taking advantage of the fact that you have a mom who is a member of SWV. But the thing is, your mom is not like a pot of wealth. It's not like SWV is out here making millions and millions and millions a year for you to be able to be spending your mama's money or be able to not have to do much. Your mom is making enough for y'all to live comfortably, but it's not enough for you to just not want to go to school and not, do the things that you need to do to make money for yourself. Child, I would have hurt little Jalen feelings. I would have been like, okay, well, I'm gonna need them heels. I'm gonna need that shirt. I'm gonna need that hat, and I'm gonna need every lip gloss and fingernail that's in your room right now. Because what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna say you're gonna drop out of up out of college with no plan and just think that I'm gonna be funding your dreams and aspirations. Girl, you crazy. But anyway, let's move on. I really hope you go to school, Jalen. And don't get me twisted when I say this. Everything that I'm saying is out of love. I maybe sometimes I'm a little bit militant in the way that I think because I was in the military, but I'm just saying it's really disgusting to me when I see grown, big-bodied, able men. I know that you gay or whatever the case, but you still a dude. Like big grown ass men at home living with their mama, not trying to support themselves. Because honestly, that's what it is. Like let's not let the gay cloud what we're actually witnessing. We're witnessing a grown ass man tell his mama he don't want to go to school, he don't want to work, but he just want to sing and be in the studio, but live with her and spend her money. I'm sorry, that's all I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, at least. And I don't like that. Hopefully you get it together. Hopefully you don't drop out of school and you really go through with this stuff, because it's worth it in the end. Trust me. Trust me. And if you need to go to therapy, therapy every Wednesday, in the middle of the week to make it through school, do that. I remember at some points I would cry in my car every Thursday evening because of the difficulty in the semester I was dealing with. I was going from school to 8 a.m. in the morning all the way to 7 p.m. at night, and in between those classes I had to do tutoring for 3 to 4 hours for business calculus, because my one of my teachers were terrible and I had to learn a lot of stuff by myself, but I still had to get through it and get it done. I could have easily said, you know what, this is too much. I'm getting stressed out. This is not good for my mental health. I need to leave. But not everything that you do is going to be good for your mental health 100% of the time. You're going to struggle. You're going to have hard times, in some parts of your life, even doing things that you love to do. But you have to push and power through that. Okay? But let's move on. So now, y'all, we're at the final scene, I think. I think we have to find. Well, no, we got two scenes. I'm sorry. We got two scenes, child, that we're about to be talking to simultaneously. So we see, Candy, we see Tiny, we see Tamika basically practicing, and they're basically, doing a trio version of understanding. And Candy's basically saying, okay, now, so is she coming or not? You know, Tamika basically says she's not, she's probably not coming, and I'm sorry to say that. You know, it looks like Tamika gets uncomfortable when it comes up to the fact that the other group members be complaining about Latasha's, like, you know, antics, because that's her sister. And I guess I'm a little bit confused, but I'm like, they're complaining about stuff that you're also going through as well. It's not like they're complaining about stuff that you don't also have to deal with. You're dealing with the stuff too. Why aren't you upset? I don't get, like, that is weird. I'll be damned if my mama and you know my sister got me so mentally warped that like she can waste my time and me not be upset about it, or treat me like my time is okay to be wasted. You know, I like, and then she said, you know, Tamika said, you know, back in the day I would have been like, hold up. But I'm like, what you gonna say? What would you have to say hold up for? Because what Candy and Tamika are saying is true. I mean, what's Candy and Tanya saying was true. So what you gonna be talking about hold up for? You like, would you trying to be defending your sister while all three of y'all are there and she's skipping out on sound checks in rehearsals? Child, listen. The way I probably would have fought Tamika and Latasha back in the day, Candy is way better than me. But I ain't gonna even hold you. Candy was probably afraid to, you know, to fight Tamika because Tamika look like she can fight too. Candy and Tamika both look like they got him. Actually, all of the members of XSCAPE look like they fight. I ain't gonna hold you, except Latasha. Latasha don't look like she that much of a fighter anymore, but I guarantee you, back when she was a big girl back in the day, she used to throw them hands too. You know, it's so I don't get it, but like, you know, like I was telling y'all earlier, something that I did not like about this scene. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, so my bad, y'all. I have to eat some of my food. I'm kind of hungry. So what I was saying was, what's irritating me is that Latasha's acting like she's so busy just sitting at a table talking to Rocky about signing the contract, when Candy literally has a whole Broadway show that she's producing, the filming of Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know, also doing those shows on All Black, you know, like those actual scripted TV shows, then also being a part of The Shy. If she's doing all of this, but Latasha acting like she's so busy that she can't make rehearsal, but Candy can. Mind you, you the one who reignited all of this anyway. When this first came, when this first, you know, came into fruition, you know, XSCAPE coming back together, Candy was kind of iffy about it. But Latasha was talking about it's for the fans, you know, it's all for the fans, you know, XSCAPE need us, you know, and you know, XSCAPE need the fans need XSCAPE. Tiny cussing Candy out saying, are you in or are you out? Are you in or are you out? And now Latasha ain't even here, but nobody mad but Candy. I was like, Tiny, where's all of this energy that you had for all of this energy you had for Candy? Asking her was she in or she out because she didn't want y'all to put her name on a business or a company that she didn't have no knowledge of. But you know, Latasha is actually ignoring y'all, not showing up to shows, not showing up to practice, and it seems that nobody is upset except for Candy. So now, you know, Candy's like, it really bothers me that she's not showing up for shows. And then this is when Tiny says, "So what you think we should do, Candy? What you want? What you think it should be? What you think should happen?" And I low key feel that Tiny was wanting Candy to say they should kick Latasha out of the group, but Tiny didn't want to be the one to say it. Tiny wanted Candy to say, in my opinion, that we don't need Latasha for the shows. We don't need to have to include her in this no more. That's what Tiny wanted Candy to say. At least that's what I was feeling. But she didn't want to say it herself. She was saying like that she wanted that if you can't show is so this is what Candy said. She was like, if you can't show up to a sound check, then it really bothers me. I was like, okay, child. Is it gonna bother anybody else in the room? No. Like, or are we just gonna always depend on Candy to say the things that we need to say? How about y'all be grown ass women and speak your minds and stop trying to push it all on Candy to speak up and say the things that need to be said on everybody's behalf? It really irritates me because she was wasting all of y'all time. Why is Candy the only one upset? And why you, Tiny, are asking Candy to say something that you want to say? You want to say Latasha don't need to be in the group no more. That's what you want to say. Say it. But you don't want to sound bad. You want Candy to say it, though. And in the midst of all of this happening, Latasha is at home, still at the. It's so funny because anytime we see Latasha at the house, they at a dinner table with barely no food. Anyway, so I guess Latasha's about to sign her contract. Rocky got the contract, and she was like, okay, we did it. He's up there like, ain't you excited? Ain't you excited, anime? She was like, yeah, I'm excited. I just get a little bit nervous about this type of stuff. So he was like, but you about to sign your contract, right? You about to sign your contract. And he just being like just so overly eager. I was like, he acting like he ain't never seen a contract a day in his life. Yuck. I was like, Rocky exudes a musty, nasty, musty energy. I just cannot stand this little pea brain nugget head, like, toe jam master. He really just bothers me, y'all. So like, they basically do what they, sign a contract, and and he basically says, what does this mean for XSCAPE? Is she basically saying, I don't know, but I'm gonna run to my thing. I'm gonna run, to what I need to do. I'm gonna run to this. I'm gonna run to that. But in my opinion, I'm saying like XSCAPE is not making music actively. All y'all doing is doing tour dates. I don't understand why you can't do both. Isn't that gonna make more money? And then for the time that Candy ain't there, or Candy ain't there and you're there, you can mix in your songs and your XSCAPE stuff. Why are you thinking so one track minded? It's almost as if she's saying, okay, I need to get Candy back in the group, and when we get good, I'm gonna lead a group. I'm gonna be the one to lead. Because Candy ended up becoming popular, but I need to reinstate the fact that I left the group. And it's just so whack. It's just so weird. And it's just so, I just don't get it. Yuck. That didn't look like a contract. That looked like a memorandum of understanding. They should have just went independent, y'all. And then she talking about all of this freedom. I was like, girl, what were you for the last 15 years that Candy wasn't doing XSCAPE and y'all was doing it? Because Candy have a leading member notice. It ain't like she was holding y'all back. It ain't like you could have been had your freedom. And if I'm not mistaken, you had quite the freedom for your man to pull out a gun allegedly on Nikki Gilbert's husband on the set of R&B Divas. You had a lot of freedom. What's stopping your freedom now? Or are you just trying to use a group to propel your own career and trying to discard them to the side? But in the same breath, you don't want them to move on without you. You don't want them to make money with just the three of them, but you want to go on and do your own thing. So you want to stop and stifle them, but you want to do your own thing. Latasha terrible. Latasha's hell, y'all. I don't like her. She the worst. She the worst. She's the worst. But anyway, y'all, that is the end of the review. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. I know it's been a minute since I reviewed stuff. I'm working on trying to get myself back into the swing of things. I'm working myself on getting back into the swing and going back to the gym now. I go to the gym this evening. Child, pray for me. Okay. I love all of y'all. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of y'all day. I plan on doing the same. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna be doing Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip or not. I need to figure that out. I've been watching, but I don't know if I'm in the mood to review it. I'll see. But I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of y'all day. I plan on doing the same, okay, y'all? Y'all be easy out there. Drink water, relax, reset, release, and I'll see y'all momentarily, okay? Peace.